When you see the enemy, run to God. When you see the temptation, run to God. These are the days to run to God. When you see trouble, run to God. And when I say God, is that you run straight to your altar. You run straight to the sanctuary at church. You run straight to your Christian friends. You run straight to your pastors, your leaders. If it is your parents, you run straight to the people who are spirit-filled and not fleshly-filled. Because we are all flesh. But Paul talks about the flesh in the Bible in a way, Lord, he says to God, Lord, I am so deep in you. I am so far in the presence with you, or even my flesh wants to worship you. Even my flesh desires to be in your presence, which is not normal. Every time you feel tired at church, every time you feel tired when you're praying, it's because your flesh doesn't want to be in prayer. Your flesh doesn't want to listen to the sermon. Your flesh is telling you you don't need to be in church. And many times those are evil spirits that we don't see, that are whispering in our minds, are whispering into our hearts. You don't need to be in church. You don't need to learn this message. You don't need to listen to that message. You don't need to go to your altar. And that is the enemy, which reminds me of Saul. King Saul was visited by an evil spirit, says the Bible. And what would happen in this story? King David would go play the harp because King David was filled with the Spirit of God. And King David, while playing the harp, the word says that the evil spirit would leave the presence of King Saul. And so we need to be spirit-filled to start making things happen, to start running and going to the right places, which we already heard one, to your altar. And whoever those people that know who push you, that you know who push you in your faith, go to those people. Surround yourself with those people and start changing your schedule. Start changing your lifestyle, where you now flee from temptation, but only to run to God.